The new blackmail note made it all very clear. Norma was to bring the money to a phone booth at the corner of Artesia and Lakewood, then wait for a call. Now came the hard part. Convincing the blackmailer that Norma couldn't deliver in person, that David was doing her the favor, anywhere the blackmailer said. My new pal, it seems, had a way with words. The blackmailer went for the change in plans. He gave David a new location where further instructions would be waiting. And we were off to the races. Phone booth to phone booth. The blackmailer had us going around in circles. The trail led David to one of the still-standing monuments of the old Hollywood. The studio had been dead for years, but the ghost was still very much alive. The big time. Fairbanks, Chaplin, Valentino, King Vidor, and von Stroheim. Yeah, you got the distinct feeling they were still hanging around, having a ball, and laughing themselves silly.
Hold it, messenger boy. Now you just stay right where you are. Don't try anything foolish, okay? That's it. Keep those hands nice and still.
Put it down, Irish. Nice. Slow.
Okay. Let me see if I got it right. Sheehan wants Romero out of action so he can take over the organization. Yeah, but this ain't 1948. You don't blow away guys like Danny R anymore. So Sheehan finds some nice dirt, decides to spread it around.
Why blackmail somebody like Mrs. Howard Lang? And where'd you get the dirt to begin with?
Where dirt always comes from, your own backyard. Why the blackmail thing, Irish? If you're gonna get Romero's job, certainly don't need the money. Why'd you use old Boots, the chauffeur? Was he just a foil? Or... Suddenly, I noticed David looking very uptight, and Sheen's nasty smile came rushing back. And at the same time, I smelled perfume. Very expensive French perfume.
Hiya, tough guy.
Thank you.
You need a shave, Mr. Kane.
Like you need a conscience.
You mean blackmailing Mommy dear? Your ex-flame? I know all about it.
Come on, babe. Now hurry up. Come on. Enough talk.
Not enough. Mr. Kane and, David want to hear some reasons. And considering what's going to happen to the poor boys, I think they deserve it. Don't you think they deserve it? Your Honor? I hate my Mommy. I know it's awful, but it's true. And Daddy was icy cold, too. As if he knew his little girl was not his little girl. And Mommy worried all the time about who Vicky talked to or saw. We know why, don't we? Mommy didn't want Vicky to dig up the family skeleton. So Mommy sends Vicky off to Europe, and guess who Vicky meets there? 3 guesses. Guess who she meets?
An Irish Casanova.
Gotcha. Prince Charming. Oh. And he was so very, very charming. Weren't you charming? And Vicky fell in love. But then Vicky learns that the prince is Dante Romero's boy, and that he's heard a story about Mommy, that the prince wants so he can bring his boss down, and he needs Vicky's help. The prince was a fake, just like everything else.
Now, you listen to me, Vicky. This is the wrong place to talk
But
about
Vicky
these
still
things.
needs the prince, you know? She needs the love and the belief because she never had it before, and she doesn't want to lose it.
So you steal a few letters.
And seduce the chauffeur. Chauffeur seduction, don't you forget that. The prince needed a fall guy. But, then somebody new came along. A real prince.
I'm getting real tired of your fairy tales, darling. Now let's finish with these gentlemen and get the hell out of here.
Not yet, I'm not finished! Mr. Kane, tell them that...
Eddie, hey, Eddie.
What happened then, man? Come on, Kane.
All hell broke loose. David ran for cover. I lost sight of him. And I heard Sheehan yelling like a wounded boar. The girl was bringing up their car, but I had other things to worry about. Sheehan had found me, and we were busy doing the chokehold polka. David tried to help, but little Miss Muffet took a shot at him, while Irish and me took a dive. The rope Sheehan was trying to waste me with jerked loose. I yelled at David, but Sheehan was pounding my head, and there wasn't nothing I could do. Vicky, though, wasn't watching David. She was taking a shot at yours truly. Green thing again. Whatever it was huge. Sheehan wasn't about to stick around. Neither was your pal, Eddie Kane. Vicky was in her car like a shot, and Sheehan was diving inside. The big green fellow, though, had his own ideas about them leaving. With one exit blocked, Vicky Love tried the other. Must have weighed tons, but old Mr. Green had no trouble at all. Mr. Green went running off into the sunset before I could thank him. But when you're green, I guess hanging around for handshakes just don't pay off.